Hello and welcome to the first episode of Whispercasting with the Big Goose. I'm currently on vocal rest for a production I'm in. So this entire shoutcasting video will be done at about this volume because I need to preserve my vocal cords. So let's take a look at the teams. I hope you can hear me. I'm going to get my mic a little bit closer because I know Bandicam is having some issue with registering it. So I'll just get up and nice up and close. You could consider this ASMR. Okay, first up we've got a Jolly Focus Sash Mamoswine with Icicle Crash, Earthquake, Ice Shard, and Stone Edge. So you're up against Dragon, especially Fire. This feels like it should have Sash. I mean, Mamoswine has merit, but it should have Stealth Rock, pardon me. You do have a good rock setter here in Hippowdon, but if you're gonna use a Focus Sash Mamoswine, a lot of its value comes from being a very reliable stealth rock setter, as well as being an unboosted powerhouse. I do like the Thick Fat here, helps a little bit against that fire matchup, and just being an ice type is going to be good against Dragon. So I wouldn't call it unmerited. I just think maybe the Earthquake, or even just the Stone Edge, could be a Stealth Rock. But maybe you're reliable enough with just the Powdon, we'll see. Next up, we have a Rockium Z Swords Dance Excadrill with Sand Rush. Notably, you do have Hippowdon setting up the sand for you, as well as, and a Sandvale Garchomp. Oh, that's a bitch and a half. Sandrush Excadrill, you can fire off a quick Rockium Z, and if you pick up a Swords Dance, you're just sweeping. It's Rockium Z is good against fire. Steel notably does resist Dragon, so it's pretty well positioned here. Next up, we've got Hippowdon. Stealth Rock, Slack Off, Earthquake are all normal. Ice Fang is interesting. With only 4 attack investment and an impish nature, I think Ice Fang isn't packing enough punch without stab. You're talking 65 base power against dragons with only 4 attack investment. I think you want... Roar would probably be more useful in that slot. I really like Roar Hippowdon. You could even run Toxic or Protect. Protect's good because you're chipping down with the sand anyway. And Toxic's just good in general. Not a huge fan of Ice Fang. I think it's not going to do enough damage for you. A Choice Scarf Landorus Therian with Intimidate, Jolly Nature. You could probably go Adamant here. Fire and Dragon aren't the fastest types. I think Choice Scarf on an Adamant would be fast enough, but that's nitpicking. U-Turn, Outrage, Earthquake, Stone Edge. Outrage, really cute tech here. Hits Dragon, that's nice. Yeah, this is just a good set. Works here. Really strong pivot. Garchomp coming in here. Fantastic matchup, obviously. It is a little risky going Dragon versus Dragon. Ooh, but double Choice Scarf. I never like to go double Choice Scarf. I think it's very constricting. Especially when their movesets are literally the same, other than Toxic and U-Turn. I feel like this Garchomp should be your... It could... I'm not quite sure. Maybe it could be Choice Band. It's pretty fast, as is. I don't know. Otherwise, the set looks pretty reasonable. Toxic's a little weird. I never like Choice Scarf Toxic for the most part because they just stay in and it gives them setup turns. It's kind of awkward. Mega Swampert coming here. Makes sense as the Mega since you're up against fire. Got Flip Turn, Earthquake, Ice Punch, Yawn. The Yawn tech on the Swampert. The bulky Yawn Swampert. Sorry about that. The bulky Yawn Swampert, we've seen it come, I think, one other time, maybe both other times. Don't exactly remember how it performed. It seems a little slow. And you're just not. I'm worried you don't have the damage output you need. But we'll see. And then the fighting team. We have a Komoium Z, Clanging Scales, Drain Punch, Rock Slide, Ice Punch. It's a pretty good moveset for this matchup. Naive Nature. Oh yeah, it is mixed because of the Clanging Scales. Jesus Christ. Drain Punch gives you some longevity. I think we see a lot of Komoium Z Komoo. Not a huge fan. I find that the Omni Boost doesn't give it enough in the stats that it needs. It's basically like a Dragon Dance with bulk. I feel like the better Komoo set is either a Stealth Rock setter or a Belly Drum user. The sub Belly Drum set, I think, would have a lot of surprise power here and could be good. Keldeo Resolute. Keldeo Resolute, I believe the only difference is that it gets access to Secret Sword. But don't quote me. It's a really strong special attacking fighting type, which is nice because fighting is a very physical type, so being able to break it up with a bit of a special attacker here, we see a bulky Calm Mind with Secret Sword, Scald, and Icy Wind, actually a pretty standard set, and I like it quite a bit. Then we see the Life Orb Regenerator Mienshao. Mienshao is it's a really fast U-turn fake out, and because it has Regenerator, fake out Life Orb is usually very awkward unless you're dealing tons of damage with your fake out. With Mienshao, though, there's really no loss to go fake out U-turn out. You heal off all your Life Orb damage. It's a great pivot, and it gets high jump kick, so it can deal a lot of damage. Focus Sash, Justify, Jolly Terrakion. So this is your Stealth Rock setter with Toxic, Earthquake, and Stone Edge. Could struggle against the Dragon team, but should be a reliable Rocks. Seems good. Not a whole lot to say there. Adamant Mega Heracross, with notably it gets Skill Link when it Mega Evolves, so Pin Missile becomes base. God, I want to say it's like base 100, and Rock Blast is base 125. Notably, Close Combat still hits a lot harder than Arm Thrust. And then Earthquake. Pin Missile is not in the best position in this matchup, but Rock Blast goes off against the Fire team. And then Focus Sash. Oh, that is a weird Halucha. Okay, Focus Sash, U-turn, Tailwind, Endeavor, Close Combat. Okay, so it's like a suicide Tailwinder. Alright, that's kind of cool. Ability Mold Breaker, wouldn't you want Unburden so that after they break your Focus Sash, you'll know you'll be faster? I feel like this should be Unburden, but maybe I'm wrong. Next up we've got Pratyush's team. Smaug. Everything's named after Lord of the Rings. Nice. We got a Soldu Latios with Defog, Ice Beam, Psychic, and Roost. Ice Beam. Psychics. Oh yeah, Psychic Ice Beamers. Yeah, Psychic and Ice Beam. That's a good duo in this matchup. Defog gets rid of your hazards. Helps. It really helps with that Kirim, actually. Kirim can have a bit of trouble getting in. Use some Stealth Rocks dealing such a big chunk to it. Yeah, I like that set. Soldu gives it some serious special bulk, too. If anything, I would say this should be 4 defense, but who cares? Kingdra. Notably, this is an updated version of the last set. The last set had Dragon Dance, Draco Meteor, Rain Dance substitute. Now you've got Rain Dance to get your speed, sub, and then Draco Meteor and Hydro Pump. Especially Hydro Pump will start blasting shit. This is another Komoe Z Komoe. Notably, it is not running Drain Punch. Instead, it's running Close Combat and Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch seems like a weird choice here when they're packing ground and really constricts your coverage. I think it gets like Zen Headbutt or something, but it's also a good rocker, so seems good here. Legolos, Choice Specs, Kirim, Timid. I think Kirim's base 90, so Timid should, full-on invested Timid should outspeed some things. Hitting Psychics for fighting, Ice Beam for ground, Earth Power for Toxic Croak. Now that gets hit by Psychic. Cabalion. Yeah, and then Draco Meteor for things that Get Up doesn't hit. And a Mega Altaria. Back in the Cloud 9 ability. Ooh, Cloud 9. Wait, that shuts down Sandstream. That's cute. Okay, let's see if that comes up. That would be cool. Return, Dragon Dance, Earthquake, Cotton Guard. Yeah, it might be cool. We'll see. Dragonite with Dual Wing Beat, Ice. It's a mix set. No, that Ice Beam is a mistake, I'm guessing. Jolly, that Ice Beam's not doing anything. If it isn't a mistake, it shouldn't be here. Dual Wing Beat's good coverage here, though, and Earthquakes. Fine. Icy Fire. That's a pretty standard Mega Charizard Y set right off the bat. Flamethrower, Air Slash, Solar Beam, and Roost. I usually run Fire Blast, but they're both viable. It's Thick Club Marowak. Looking at you, CEO of Cheese World. Use Thick Club. Use a double 0 attack stat. Sword Stance is win more. Or kill more, I guess. I don't think you need to be Sword Stancing here. Thick Club makes you hit so hard already that I think you want... Well... Yeah, I feel like one more bit of coverage here. Something that could actually hit ground super effectively would be nice. Or fighting. I dumped water on myself. I am very professional. Clearly. Lightning Rod probably won't come up here, so... I mean... Because fighting in ground doesn't have a whole lot of an electric coverage, and because you're packing Dragon, they don't have a whole lot of incentive to run electric moves. Whew, that's a lot of words. This should be Rockhead. Because it'll prevent that Flare Blitz recoil, which is a big deal. In my opinion. A Libero Cinderace, Heavy Duty Boots, Sucker Punch, High Jump Kick, Zen Headbutt, and Court Change. Yeah, when you're playing a fire team, it's good to have hazard removal, and Court Change is about as good as it gets. I'm trying to think if there's any other coverage I'd want. Zen Headbutt's good. Your stab's just really good on Cinderace, like really efficient. But no, this set seems good. Oh, you all have stab. It's Libero. Yeah. We have Misty Eye of the Victini below. I feel like that Victini's supposed to have a name. Choice Specs Volcanion with Water Absorb here could come into play against that Swampert. You never know. Modest Nature. Steam Eruption, Fire Blast, HP Ice, and Earth Power. HP Ice could probably be HP Psychic, since Steam Eruption is already gonna hit your ground type super effectively. Or maybe HP Flying, in case they have like a bug ground or something. I don't know. Pardon me. Normalium Z Victini here, Z Celebrate. I've talked about Normalium Z, or Z Celebrating, or Z Happy, or whatever it is, Z Happy Hour, into Stored Power. It sounds cool, but at the end of the day, it's like a 120 base power move at +1, which is good, but not insane. But your coverage here is probably good enough that this set's solid. Heavy Duty Boots, Centiscorch. Centiscorch is very well aligned here. Neutral to ground, resistant to fighting. Moveset, Leech Life should give you some longevity. Fire Lash, knock off Power Whip. Power Whip will hit ground hard. Yeah, let's just get right into the games. I think this is game... Wait, I can look at 8867, 3949. Yeah. Wait, 6156. What? What order? Oh god. 49. 867, 949. 6156. 8867. Okay, I'm gonna go check. I'll pause the recording real quick. I am back, and I can confirm that 8867 is this one. The timestamp in the comments is gonna be at 19 minutes for the games. So for those of you who didn't skip straight to the games, comment Chesburgers. Yeah, comment Chesburgers. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, we're gonna look at the games now. Game 1 here, we've got Fighting versus Dragon. Neutral matchup. Neutral. Like to see it. I don't really. I think we're gonna see the Halucha or the Terrakion come out early. Oh, or maybe the Mienshao. These are just quick U-turns. Over here, we could see the Latios lead, or maybe just try and immediately set up with the Kingdra, or even just a strong Altaria lead. But my money's on the probably the Altaria lead. Look how fun it was. Okay, so we see a Dragonite lead and a Mienshao lead. Mianshao gets off a solid 26% chunk, and the dual wing beat hits a neutral target with the Stone Edge cleaving through Dragonite. Is Dragonite really slower? Yeah, just raw slower. Okay. Latios comes in, eats a Toxic. Ew, Garret turned on the timer? Come on, man. Mianshao comes in, full health, hits a Fake Out, deals 20%. Toxic deals 14. God, that's so much pressure. Do you see how much pressure it is to have, like, Mianshao plus, like, Toxic support? With the Fake Out and the U-turn? Why isn't Mianshao on more stall themes? That's insane. Whew, that Clangorous Soul Blaze is no joke. Thunder Punch takes out the Keldeo. Balucha comes in. Oh, I know what it's gonna do. It's about to hit an Endeavor, boy! Oh, no, it's gonna hit Tailwind, okay. And then Endeavor. Straight down to 1. And you can bring in Mianshao, bro! Or Heracross? I guess that works. Didn't Mega Evolve? Oh, he wanted the Moxie boost! Smart man! What a smart man. What a very smart man. That probably kills. And then he's in Tailwind. Well, the Tailwind peters out now. Yeah, Tailwind doesn't last very long. Psychic eats up the Heracross. But now the Mienshao comes in for free. Fake Out does 20%. Jesus Christ. Knockoff is a kill here. I like the sacking here because it whittles down the Mienshao. Mienshao's longevity at this point is really rough. And the Rain Dance goes up. Hydro Pump takes out Mienshao. Komodo might be able to clean up for Garret here, though. Nope, it just dies. Never mind. I said nothing. Yeah, this Rain Dance Kingdra just found a really good opening on the Mienshao. Mienshao exerted so much pressure in that game. It's such a fast pace. It's incredible. And I really liked this maneuver if Tailwind lasted just a little bit longer. What would have been nice, actually, what might have won him this game is if he had Unburden on the Hawlucha, and then had gone Endeavor on Komodo outspeeding and hitting a Thunder Punch. And then because of Unburden, he would have outsped and hit a Tailwind, which would have given him one more turn of Tailwind, which might have been enough to get another at least get another kill. It's food for thought, and I did bring up that Unburden probably better for that set. But we'll have to see. Game 2, we've got Fire versus Ground. This does gear Garret up for a very positive matchup here. Although, looking at... Hell, no, this is a good matchup. Only 2 of them having a resistance or an immunity to ground. So, we've got... I should have talked about leads. Charwai. Mamoswine is a pretty safe lead, although it's not great here. Stone Edge. Wait. How did Mamoswine outspeed? Does this Charizard have no speed investment? Oh! This is a speedless Charizard. No! You need some speed behind your Zard. I mean, 180. Ooh. Zard Y is fragile. You need the speed. Yeah, that's rough. Cinderace comes in. Sand goes up. High Jump Kick's not going to deal much. Yeah, it's an Epowdon. It does 33. Less than that after Sand. A Volcanion comes in, but it's not a safe switch. Losing your Char Y there probably cost the game. Oof, that did a beating. Choice Spec Steam Eruption does so much damage. Swampert Megas and goes down. Swampert seemed big here. That was a rough loss. Ooh, yeah. Neutrality is not a winner. Ooh, that sword stance was very greedy. Um, I think they were expecting a switch or just expecting to survive. And oh, is this just the choice scarf Landris cleanup? Yeah. Sometimes you just send out choice scarf Landris and it wins. Oh, his name's Mountain. Okay. Misty Eye of the Mountain Below. Is that another Lord of the Rings thing I should get? I should get. I wish I knew more about Lord of the Rings. I'm a D&D player. Come on. Yeah, just Landris coming in for the clean sweep here. Once you lose Charwai, you just don't really have a stop for it. And eating a Stone Edge. That's why you put speed investment on your Charizards. We see Dragon coming out. Dragon versus Ground. This should be a positive matchup for Dragon by a little bit because of how many Levitators and Flyers there are in Dragon. So, but it's basically a neutral matchup. Choice Scarf Landers comes out, always a safe lead. Outrage kills. Um, that's actually really rough. But I think Outrage should stop. Cotton Guard goes up, and then is the Yawn gonna come into play here? Yup. That would have been a clean sweep if it weren't for. That could have been a clean sweep if it weren't for Yawn. Oh, yeah, I mean, you take out the Swampert there. But yeah, you just let in Excadrill. You're just gonna keep sleeping? I mean, game? Excadrill could totally sweep here. Oh, close combat, never mind. Well, I always forget Excadrill's slow. Outrage comes in, kills. I guess you didn't really have a switch into that. Multi-scale makes that doable. With extreme feet, I was gonna say. Oh, he should be. Okay. Ignore all my noises. I'm gonna slow this down. Ice Shard takes out the Dragonite. This is a pretty good position for Garret. He should be able to stall this out. Oh, I didn't. Oh God, I did not expect Hippodon to just drop. Okay, I like Pratyush odds a lot more. Yeah. Now I don't. Well, no. Yeah, Lindros just comes in and clicks Outrage, right? No, 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 no. Yep. That was a throw. All you had to do was keeping Kyurem, let it go down, and you bring because Latios at full HP is a lot more likely to survive an outrage than a Kyurem at slightly less. It's close, but I'm not surprised Latios survives a choice scarf, and that Kyurem doesn't. So if you had sacked Kyurem there, Latios comes in, doesn't take the sand damage that took it out here, survives the outrage at 5, and hits an ice beam that takes out Landorus any day of the week. So the sack here wins the game. What a close game. If Prady had sacked his Kyurem there, that game was his. Wow. This just shows you that we've really got people that are on the level. I mean, this is competitive. We've seen some games. They're tight. And it comes down to the little things. Do I switch into Latios on it? My philosophy there would have been, it's probably worse to switch because you're taking it. This is a weird thought process of it. You're taking more sand damage if you switch. And Kiram's a choice specs build versus a bulkier Latios build. It just comes down to those little decisions. And it was a razor thin game that could have gone either way. And Garrett's going to move on to the winner's bracket, the winner's finals, actually. The match of the undefeated, I should say. Garrett's up against the one, the only Baconator. They're going to go off, and Prady drops down, and he's up against Weibo, I believe. Yes, Prady versus Weibo, and Gandhi versus Epsilon is the matchups we're looking at. So good luck to all of you in round 3. And I know this is really late, but none of you guys have finished yet, so I feel zero guilt. Okay, this is the Big Goose from the Goose Nest, signing out. Where's